Welcome into Sport Talk with Dwat. I'm your host, Dwat. I got my good buddy Casper on the show. What's going on, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. I can't help but notice that you traded in your hat from Georgia Tech to Little
Uh,
Orange.
oh yeah, give me some orange. I'm ready for it.
Sorry, we got
Oh
the gold
man.
on the shirt. I see it going
Oh yeah, I
on
got my
down there.
varsity, I
That's
got
good.
blue
I
and
see
gold
it. I
on.
see we got a little bit. I like the new shirt.
Oh, thank you. All right, show number 13. We're gonna talk about some college football, talk about some NFL, some college basketball, NFL, and hockey. Weekend. So let's go ahead and get into that. I know what I did. So let's hear about yours.
I made a little turkey, ate
Okay.
some turkey, had the in-laws Thanksgiving, knocked that out yesterday, watched a little football, and just come and hanging out today, did some Christmas pictures. It's been a great time.
Oh man, it's that time of year. Thanksgiving right around the corner, and Christmas not too far away.
Oh yeah. What about you?
Oh
How was
yeah, so
it?
I went down to Atlanta Saturday afternoon for the Pittsburgh Georgia Tech football game. Um, got parked. It was a nice day. It was warm. It's been warm around here the last couple of days. So we went down there and got parked. It was smooth. The driving down there was really smooth. There wasn't much whole lot of traffic down there, which is nice because you never know from Chattanooga to Atlanta which you're gonna get caught up in. So we got down there and got parked and went for the pregame meal. And as I'm walking to the pregame meal to the varsity, I thought it was a really good atmosphere with all the frat parties were going on and they're drinking and having a good time and all kind of music blaring. And then we headed on to the varsity, and it is a great game day tradition that I do with my dad, my wife, anybody I go to a game with. I don't care who it is. We're gonna go to the varsity, and I want to get me two chili dogs. But this time I said, okay, I'm gonna take a break from the PC, take a little pause for the calls, and I'm going to try this orange slush drink, something like that. It's like an orange milkshake.
Mm,
So the cool thing about that place is you can kind of try different stuff every time you go.
mm,
I get the same kind of food, but with the drink wise, I kind of in the
mm.
mood of just trying to mix it up. And I like to kind of look around and see what others drink. I saw a
Yeah.
lot of Mayfield jugs. I saw a lot of PCs out there, but it's not a real
Mm.
PC. It is PC, but they've changed it a little bit from how it really
Hmm.
is. But
I just like to highlight that you probably shouldn't have changed your drink. I mean, if I was you next time I go, I'd probably get the PC. I now know where to lay the blame. That's all I've got to say. I know where to lay the blame. It's the feed of DWAT. Okay, you can't be changing drinks on big game days, dog. We don't change the tradition. Okay, we don't do that.
every time I go down there, they win, whether it's
Yep.
basketball or baseball or football,
Yep.
and I change
Mm-hmm.
my drink, and they lost.
Your fault. That's all I'm saying. All Georgia Tech faithful, all the Rambling Wreck, just run right on over there and let DWAT have it. That's what I'd do if I was you.
Oh, so we were sitting in there and it was crowded, but it wasn't as bad as it was last time when I went down there a few weeks ago. So the line wasn't out the door. But as I left, I feel like people were coming in closer to maybe eating time.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of beat the crowd, which was nice. So a dad went in and I got in line and I went and got the table and I found a room to watch the game on. It was Kentucky and Vanderbilt, and it wasn't much of a game, but it was something to watch, and we'll kind of get into that here in just a little bit. But so we ate; it was really good. We headed out and went down to the block party. They were supposed to have a concert, but it ended up getting canceled, and they had the talk show out there with the network and whatnot. So we went strolling through there. They had a lot of giveaways and whatnot. I feel like it was more people in the fan zone last night than there was when I went a few weeks ago. So that was something different. The giveaways were better, I thought, a few weeks ago, but it was kind of cool, like at night, to kind of see it. Which that's my first night game in a long time, and so it's kind of cool when
Yeah.
things kind of starts to light up, and they get all the downtown buildings kind of in the background lit up. So that's just neat because I'm here from Chattanooga and I don't see all these bright lights a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
something kind of different. And I like going down there just in general, just to see just a big city every now and then. It's a lot different, and it's on my end, it's just kind of cool.
Yeah.
So we got through that part, and we probably had like an hour or so to kill, hour and a half or so, it seemed like, from the time we ate to going in the stadium. So we walked up the hill, saw the band play. They kind of come down the hill, and then they go on in. So my take on some of this pregame activities here at Tech, I'm going to kind of compare and contrast a little bit and kind of get your take on other teams on what they do. So like at Tech, they have the fan zones, they have the concerts, but I feel like they don't have like a big like player entrance. I kind of like to do it at Tennessee.
Like the ball walk.
Yeah, the ball walk is.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think the ball walk is dangerous. So I guess it's kind of risky sending your guys through out there. But I guess everybody has their own traditions, stick to them. It doesn't surprise me that in today's modern era we have gone away from some of that. So, but
yeah, the ball walk's cool. I've seen it twice now, I believe, and it's hectic and it's definitely busy and a lot of people. And fans are wanting to try to reach out sometimes and touch these players and whatnot. And it's definitely I didn't really think about that way. So we'll see how that continues on with other schools some years to come. See if they kind of cut that out or they keep it.
Yeah.
But after that, so we senior day was going on at Georgia Tech, and there was 26 seniors, I believe. And so they had them lined up from end zone to end zone. So that was pretty unique, which players these days always jump around a lot. So it was pretty cool to see that many players. So it was cool to get the fan reaction when they called out certain names like Haynes King. He got a lot of noise, and he's a good quarterback. We'll get into that here in a little bit with some of his performance, but can't win. Well, I say you can win them all because you can, but just had some.
It's hard.
Things not go his way. It's hard. It's hard to have a perfect game every single game each week. So,
especially when your dedicated fan drinks an orange drink instead of a PC. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Oh yeah, that's right. Absolutely. So we get in the stadium, and we were sitting down low and kind of in the end zone area. We're like a row 20, something like that, right, on the end of the row. So that worked out really great. I liked how we were able to kind of get out as pretty easy, which it was sold out. 51,900 and whatever people were there.
Yeah.
And that was the busiest I've ever seen that place. I've been going to games for a while. It was big, it was packed, it was loud. I do have one thing to talk about, which I know at Tennessee when I went a couple years back, it's kind of was the same way, if not a little worse. Nowadays, they don't play, like the band really don't play that much, or if they do, you just can't hear them because they just blare rap music over the speakers, and it goes on and on and on. And maybe I'm just getting old, but I kind of like I'm a little old school on some things, and to hear like the fight song, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things. So, like, if you want to recruit players, you bring recruits in there to games that matter. Like, I don't know that the band's really recruiting players, and it's not. If you want to turn atmospheres, they've gone away from some of that. And there is an art to merging both. Some schools do that probably better than others. I understand your thing on the band, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I wasn't there. I'd be curious to hear it, I suppose. But I mean, they definitely, we were talking about this yesterday, actually, her Thanksgiving thing with like her granddad. Like they have kind of gone away from the band, and it's like,
yeah.
I don't even know half these songs, but I know that everybody starts dancing, baby. I do know that it gets them moving, particularly after a couple of ice cold waters. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we'll talk about that real quick. It was a very hostile game, and the fans were pretty into it. And right next to me, there were some people chirping. It was more of a chirp. It really wasn't anything, no pushing or anything, but it was two Tech fans really kind of going at it. It was unique, and I don't like to see that kind of stuff, but it was solved very quickly. Both of them were just a misunderstanding from what I was gathering, but I was like trying to watch it, but trying to watch the game at the same time. But this game just started. It was just unique. Something you probably see when it's a night game, you got all day to hydrate. And hey, that's what they were doing. But all game long, man, it was on your feet, yelling, hollering. The student section was really close by, and I didn't sit down, but just for a few times, everybody was on their feet in for a game, but I'll get into it in a second. For a game we were trailing a lot, or the whole game, I guess. It was just unique. It was a very unique atmosphere. It was loud. We were proud. We knew we had to win to get to Charlotte, and we didn't. We lost. So now we got to play the hope game, but a lot of teams have to win or lose in certain ways, and they have to win, they have to lose. It's just a big mess.
Yeah, they have.
So I'll be in St. Louis, Missouri anyway, watching some cars in the indoor.
Works out good, don't it?
Racetracks. I don't got to worry about any of that anyway. So that works out pretty good on my end. But game wise, I'll go ahead and dig into this game. It was on ESPN at 7 o'clock. Pittsburgh was up 28-0 late in the second. And at this point, I was looking over at my dad. I was like, man, he's telling me the same thing. He's like, this ain't good. This is getting embarrassing to be a home game and just come out flat. And our defense just couldn't stop the run. We couldn't stop the passing. And they were just making it look easy. And it's the past few weeks have been very unique with the defensive side, I guess is a nice way to put it. Just can't stop nobody. And it's like, do you blame the coach? Do you blame the players? What do you blame?
I mean, all of them, I guess. I don't know. Y'all took that loss and came out a little flat. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't get to watch. I was driving home. Brother-in-law texted me like, I don't know, 30 minutes in the car ride. I was like, have you seen this Georgia Tech score? And I was like, no. And he was like, I was like, well, surely they'll come back. Like, and I texted him and said that. And I thought y'all were going to until, you got a little taste of that Tennessee, Alabama 100-yard pick six medicine. That will out. You can't do nothing about that. I mean, damn,
Yeah.
like that's 14-point swing on one play essentially. Like,
yeah, you can't you can't come back from that. So we're going into halftime, and it's 28-14 at halftime. So Pitt had two chances to kick a field goal, and that place was rocking. Like I'd probably miss it too if it was this loud in this place. So the coach for Pitt calls timeout to stop the clock. He comes out for it was probably like a 30-something yard field, or maybe even in the 20s. It wasn't that long, and we jumped off sides. We almost blocked it. We were all sides, so everybody's going crazy. And then Tech's coming over to kind of meet them on the field and have a little something to say going into halftime for the ref to come out and say, offsides defense. So we're going to try it again. So everybody's got to get back on their feet and hoot and holler, scream. And he missed it again. He missed two easy field goals. So we go to halftime, 28-14. And at this point, you just got to be able to dig down and make this comeback happen. And there for a minute, I really thought we were going to do it, and they can't score any more points. At this point, if they score 3, that's max, but you don't want to get up anymore. And it was all going to come down to Haynes King, and can the King prove why he's a Heisman candidate, if not a winner, some would maybe think. Can he do a second half miracle? And the answer was no. He had some good plays here and there, but just in general, my take was he was off. I thought he put a lot of pressure on himself with that pick six that you mentioned. He threw that, and that pick guy ran right in front of us. It happened on our side of the end zone where we were sitting. And when I saw him go, the crowd was like, "What the is going on? What the heck?" And that's what I was thinking too. So you can't win football games if you're fumbling or you're throwing interceptions. You definitely can't win if you're throwing pick sixes that go for 95 yards. That's just you're gonna be behind too much, and it's just impossible. You're just not going to have enough time to score and then score again to make it work. So it's tough for senior night for them to kind of go out that way. Just then I feel like they just didn't have the urgency Tech did there towards the end. Like they weren't going like NASCAR style on their offense, I feel like, and there was times where they'd run the ball and then they finally scored, and then the clock kept ticking, and then they reviewed it, and it was a touchdown, but they probably lost like 12 seconds late in the game, and they didn't put the time back on. So maybe all the rules are different, or how the referee's going to call the game. Really ended up being some time lost there, but it didn't affect the game any.
Yeah.
But just to lose 42-28 at home on senior night's tough. It really makes the game next week, which I'll dig into with my dad on the show tomorrow night. To lock in to go to Charlotte and to have all these people here. And what's tough for me and dad as well is like the fan base. We finally got us a good team. They're finally getting some banners out on downtown buildings, and everybody's talking about them. So these fans that come to the game, they hear all the talk on the news and whatnot. They come to the game and the home team loses. So that's not a good for the fan base. The fan base is already pretty, I won't say slim, but there's not a lot of people that probably keep up with Tech football. And then when they do good, then you want to be able to perform in big moments. And that place would have came unglued if they would have been able to come back and make it a game. But it's not what happened. So my quick takes on the team right now is just got to go play Georgia next week. They're a good team. I'm afraid that game at 3:30 is going to get lost in the shuffle when usually it's a primetime game. It's gotten some top views the last 2 or 3 years on ESPN, ABC, and we'll talk about all this on the show with Dad. I'm gonna dig into him a little bit and get kind of pull it out of him on what his thoughts are on this game not being in Atlanta. I know we got a check, we got a big fat check for NIL, and that's really what it's all about. But this game, like this year especially, could really be in Atlanta, and it could really be a game changer for us to possibly win.
Yeah.
You can't sell all your games off to not your home stadium.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that for sure. Because if this game is at home, like, might be a completely different animal atmosphere based off what you're saying.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But that's, I mean, get your take on. So let's get your take on this Haynes King situation. From just being a quarterback to just not having a good night.
I mean, here's the thing. I think overall he's still a good quarterback. I think y'all have had a good year. You got to remember where you came from. First of all, don't forget you're wearing a Tennessee hat. Remember what it's like to be a Tennessee fan. All right. Second, couple things I did want to. I really have two overall thoughts in this game. One, did Tech as a team overlook this game? Yes, no. Looking ahead to next week, because everybody's had that Georgia game circled, thought you were locked into the ACC championship. You're like, oh, we can beat Pitt. Just overlooked it. Do you think that was a little bit of the sleepy effect coming out, getting behind to start it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we come out sleepy and just overlooking. I think with a mixture of both, and just we know that team from Athens that we're playing them next week, and in theory, I was hoping we would take this game a little bit more serious or scout them out better or something to slow them down. And they came out fired up, and I thought they just outplayed us. Well, about out coaching, but they definitely outplayed us, and they won. And at the end of the game, I guess when you win these games, you can do what you want to do. And I saw a clip online. They tried to put their flag on the midfield, and they attempted to do it, which, well, I'll just get your take right now on that. What about these teams starting, I guess, this weekend and the next weekend with these two teams that they don't like each other, and the winner planting the flag on midfield?
Yeah, it's trash. Absolute garbage. Diego, I dare you, if you beat Tennessee, to do that in Neyland Stadium. I dare you. Triple dog. Come on, try it. Anyways, no, I mean, it's trash. That happened in a couple games yesterday. There was another one I watched, and even the quarterback, I can't remember who it was like, no, don't do that. What are we doing? And like Pitt and Georgia Tech, I know you guys have had some pretty close games over the years, but like, is that a rivalry? Like, no, not really, is it? I mean, like, do you consider it to be? You're a Tech fan. Like,
no.
I mean, Pitt's one of those teams that like is decent in the ACC, and then Georgia Tech obviously has their years of being decent in the ACC, but it's like this is not like blood, gut, hates. So I don't know. Overall, man, y'all still had a really good year. And played to win this game. There you had basically, two plays that really lost it. And like if you go look at the stats, turnovers was the difference. Like you gave two and didn't get any. So that's what happens, unfortunately. But I mean, I don't know. I did want to ask you one more game question that like when I was watching, I was like, oh, I'd be so pissed. Whenever you guys went for it on 4th and 5 the one time and turned the ball over in the third quarter, okay?
Yeah.
And then come back the next drive and punt. Like, what was that? Like, why? Why go the first time and punt the second time? Like, that didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that play call on 4th down was just not good. And then some of the fans next to it were like, what the heck was that? And we see teams go for it a lot on 4th down these days. I feel like a lot's changed with how you punt and going for it. So, and then so to go for it there and then punt it later, like,
yeah,
are you wanting to go for them, or are you wanting to play defense? And once you fall behind, I get it. You don't want to go for them all the time, but I'm kind of team go for it if it makes sense. There's no if you're going to punt it like that. There's one point that they were going to kick the field goal, and they called timeout and then didn't kick the field goal. So it's just a coaching decision on that, and I say just go for them.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Overall, hey, y'all had to go down there and get beat. I know the pain. I felt bad for you the whole time. I was like, that's not gonna be a fun ride home. I've been there done that myself, so I felt bad for you.
Yeah,
But
but a lot to say on the way home. And there's one kid that was probably a younger child. He was pretty sad that Tech lost. So the parent was trying to explain
yeah,
to him he can't win them all. So that was pretty unique walking
it's all right.
out.
Hopefully he put on his Georgia Tech hat today like a real man. No, just giving you a hard time. But yeah, I mean, I hate that y'all aren't going to be in the ACC championship at this point. That sucks. Kind of had that, and like I said, I really feel like there's a lot of buzz probably towards next week. And I'm afraid that might have got y'all. And I don't know. I like I said, I didn't get to watch the beginning of the game, but when you get down like that, you're either asleep or you're too amped up. One of the two. And just kind of from what you said, it sounds like maybe sleep was
Yeah.
the one. So I don't know. I still think Haynes King's a stud. Um, just the touchdowns at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I mean the
So
interception at the wrong time, unfortunately. So hate it for you. Hang
yep,
in
that's
there. Maybe you
yeah,
get the
it's
big win. Maybe this here's the pauses. And they're going to show. Maybe this is the motivation you need to beat that Bulldog ass. Maybe this is the motivation you need. Okay, maybe this is it. I don't know.
because now it's all it comes down to now. For the season is just to
Yeah,
beat Georgia. That's all.
yeah.
That's all it is now. At this
Well,
point.
I mean, here's a chance. I mean, you don't want to hear this, but now instead of playing the playoff, you probably get Tennessee in a bowl game. Like, there's a good chance of that at this point, probably. So at least we get to watch that, I guess. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I hope y'all go out there and do something to Georgia, but that'll be tough too. So
Yep.
still solid year though. Solid year. 9-2 with a chance to go 10-2. 10-2 is good. Probably not get you in the playoff good, but I don't know if you beat Georgia, maybe.
I heard
Right?
something about that today on talk show. They said
I
to beat
mean,
Georgia, you never know, you might be
you
in
beat
that
Georgia,
large.
maybe you be right there at the edge. So I mean, yeah, they got Miami sitting right there for some reason. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The NC State loss hurts, but we'll see.
Well, that's about all I got on Georgia Tech. So now I'm gonna turn it over to you. Let you talk about this Tennessee game that was at Florida.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously Tennessee needed to win this game. Should have won this game. Going up against 3-7 Florida, did everything they needed to do. Coming out of the gate, put up the points. Just, I mean, straight ran the ball down their throats. Get up 28-0, and end up kicking a field goal at the end of the first half, which some people were complaining about. I didn't have a problem with it. We didn't push that hard to get another touchdown. I think Heupel was like, look, let's just run the clock out, take the points, not turn the ball over, do something stupid here at halftime to give them a chance to get back in it. So they just kicked the field goal, got out of it 31-0 at halftime. You're like, okay, we should be good. And then we were good, but we didn't score again. It just looked kind of lazy. Like, just did not look good, honestly. And then gave them 11, a field goal, and a 2-point conversion. And it just, I don't know. It was kind of crappy, but they got the win. That's all that really matters. Go down there and get the win. That's what we needed to do. Heupel has got his deal, and now get ready this week. Play your biggest game you've played at home, kind of in a minute. Even though you've played Georgia and Oklahoma this year, this might be bigger. Like Vanderbilt playoffs, yay or nay? Diego Pavia, yay or nay? This is your chance. So, um, you know, we have Joey and Diego on the same lawsuit now to play another year of football. But so hopefully they're not too good of friends. I'm sure Theo Vaughn will be there with Pavia's mom. I know you didn't get to watch this, but Pavia's mom had her legs slung up over the rail. I don't know if you've seen that on Twitter. I'm like, what are you? I guess she's like dating Theo Vaughn, but like, why is ESPN showing her holding the football with her leg over the railing? Like, what are we doing? Good Lord, get your mom under control, kid. But or I guess 30-year-old man or whatever he is now. But I don't know. We'll see. Time to get another win, make it count, and play a bowl game. Maybe get Georgia Tech. I'd like to see Georgia Tech Tennessee this year. I actually think it'd be a pretty good matchup if you really want to know. I think y'all are pretty solid, possibly better than us. And I think Haynes King versus Joey football be a good matchup. So I kind of like to see it. But I mean, the Florida game, it is what it was. We won. We needed to do it. I was glad we did it. I was nervous. I obviously picked Florida, but that's just because it's been 22 years, and I'm gonna pick them till we got it done. But now Heupel got it done. So congratulations to him. Hopefully, my fellow Knoxvillians will shut their mouths and we can quit talking about him getting fired or anything like that for at least another couple years. I mean, I'm thankful for what he's done. He's done a lot. If you think about what he's done in 5 years at this point, beat Florida, beat him at Florida, beat Alabama, like beat Georgia's the next one on the list, which we're not
Yeah.
going to get a shot at, unfortunately, for a while here, given the schedule. But like, if you look at the schedule, we get some chances next year and the year after to do some big things. So we keep giving him a chance, and 9 wins is good. You beat Vandy, you get 9 wins. I would be happy with the season coming in this year. That was my goal, was 9. Like, as a fan, I want to see a 9-win season. So got to be happy with that. But we'll see. They're in a good place. Kind of sucks to be irrelevant a little bit, but play Vandy this week, and you get to do what Pitt just did to Georgia Tech and take them out. So ruin it for them and make them cry. But so just be sure that you're not drinking any of that. Don't wear a Tennessee hat and drink any orange drink. If you pregame meal, be sure it's a PC this time. But I don't know. Overall, it was an okay game. Florida's just bad. Like, we should have won the game. So I'm glad we got it won. I also have some serious questions about why we didn't score in the second half. I'm not okay with it, really, but we won, and we're going to circle the positives for now. So
yeah, it's cool to see him get the win for the first time since 2003, and it was a 10-game losing streak, I believe. So, like, to see those numbers finally go away is awesome. And like, I didn't get to see it, like you said, and I said, but to see that, to see it up on the scoreboard at the game, 31-0 at halftime. It was pretty unique. They didn't score any points in the second half.
It's one word. Sorry, another.
Next week they're going to need to score some points in the second half for sure. I think Vandy's going to. Yep. I'll give you a little preview on this game real quick. I think Vandy's going to be. They're going to come in fired up, and that game's always real chippy with flags and whatnot. And my prediction is, if Vandy somehow does win, they're going to plant the flag. I feel like there's going to be a attempt flag plant, and I hope not. I really don't like it. It's hard to stop it, though. You just got to get your play. It's just a mess. I don't like any of it. I don't like talking about it a whole lot, but it's just college football. I thought it happened a lot last year, and that kind of brought the attention to it, where a lot of people talk about it now. But I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think Tennessee is going to win out, and they're going to take care of Vanderbilt and go at 9-3, and it's going to be a good year. And then they'll play the bowl game. Hopefully, go 10-3. And everybody can go into the offseason happy somewhat.
Well, you better watch that 10-3, because it might be against Georgia Tech. You might be pulling for 9-4, but
9-4.
But yeah,
yeah, that'd be a pretty cool. I think they're playing next year, I believe, at Tech, Tennessee.
That's what. I didn't realize that. Somebody told me that yesterday too. So
they played a couple years ago.
Tech, or
is it
like that kickoff game, and it's going to be like at the Mercedes-Benz?
I believe they had a fan vote in this situation, and we were asked if we want to sell that game off for some money and play it at the Dome, or if we want to have it at home. And the tickets cost a lot more to go. But I think it's going to be a home game. I got to get that dialed in if it's going to be home or not. But I think that's next year, and I think it's going to be it's going to be a good one, I think.
It does appear so, and then y'all are coming up here the year after.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool matchup. We'll talk a little about this Oklahoma game against Missouri. Oklahoma is the better team. They keep winning. They beat Tennessee. They beat Alabama. Now they beat Missouri. Missouri is kind of starting to fall off a little bit. They're 7-4, something like that. Maybe something like that. 7-3, 7-4, something like that. That game was pretty chippy. You got chippy. You get the coin toss. Missouri, it looked like they had something to say, and then Oklahoma had something to say. I guess this time of year, you'll see sometimes they don't shake hands or have a little comment to make. I guess you've been waiting all year to play this team, and they used to be big rivals. Maybe they still kind of are. And I don't know if I care. I don't know. I can go both ways on some of this yip yap we see during the games. As long as it's not cheap and it's play between the whistles, then play hard. But don't be. I guess I've learned a lot of teams that want to fight are usually the teams that are losing. That's kind of how it goes in the game usually. Like, that's just something you see, and it's just part of the sport. I know everybody's kind of got their own take on that, on what they like to see and don't like to see. But it's good to see Oklahoma keep winning. I kind of don't always care for Oklahoma in the past years, and they've won some big games, so you got to give them credit where credit's due. It's about all I got for that one.
On Oklahoma, I would like to just make a couple comments. First of all, if Oklahoma could score some points. By God, son. Shoo. If they had an offense, like, I mean, that defense is good. Like they held them scoreless for a long time, and they only gave up the 2 field goals in that game. It's just like there was times when they should have scored and didn't. And I mean, I'm telling you, Oklahoma's defense is probably the best defense in the country. I would put that out there right now. I think that they are. So I'd love to see what they could do. I'd be curious what happened if they didn't, choke to Texas. And I look at Oklahoma right now, and I'm like, I mean, they're a good football team and looking better. Unfortunately, my Vols lost to them when they were at a lower point, coming off an injury and all that kind of stuff. Their only bad real hiccup this year was the loss to Texas, but that's a rivalry game, so I don't really hold that against them that bad. And then, like we talked about on Thursday, Texas, I mean, they're a daggum good football team, dude, too. Like, even though they played some scrub or whatever, but like, or they beat Arkansas, one of them SEC scrubs. But I mean, Texas took a loss to Florida, which I don't really know how they did that still, but other than that, they're a good team too. So we'll see what happens. But Oklahoma, if they get in this playoff, watch them to be the upset team because defense wins championships. Just watch that. That was that's the first time I've watched them other than Tennessee game. That defense is pretty good.
All right, let's talk about this Duke Carolina game. Carolina was in the all blue. I didn't get to say. I saw some highlights. It was close at some times, and then at the end, Duke had a fake. Somebody had a fake field goal. Was that the game changer?
Yeah, they were kicking a field goal late in the game, and faked it like 2 or 3 minutes to go, and Carolina just straight up. I guess they had a full on block on it, and they did. The kicker just ran it down to the 1, and he got taken out by somebody at the 1-yard line. They ended up scoring a touchdown, win the game. Carolina looked good, had their normal uniforms back. I saw you had a note in here about the uniforms, and I was like, no, that's just what we're supposed to wear. We've just been wearing stupid uniforms for the last 5 years, like white, blue, none of this other BS. Navy can be an alternate. I'm okay with a Navy alternate, but get all that crap off the shoulder pads. Just white, blue, Argyle, period. Be done with it. I actually really like the uniforms, just for the record. Okay. Oklahoma, Missouri was the ugliest uniform game of the year, probably between the two. Oklahoma's like trying to rip off smoky gray, kind of, and then Missouri is just like, why are we wearing white and yellow? Like, what do we do? I don't. It was
the helmet. I did not.
The
like
helmet
that.
was awful. Y'all's helmets are pretty bad too, Georgia Tech. By the way, they need to fill that GT back in. That whole ghost in. No, I'm not about that. But I don't know. Carolina, did what they did. I thought this would be the most Belichick, possible thing would be to beat Duke and State here, but I don't know. He almost got it done. But that quarterback Duke's pretty good.
Will he be back next year to coach for the Tar Heels?
100%.
Okay.
Hey, I know where Tiffin's going.
Where's he going?
I'm afraid to say this in public. The New York Giants.
Oh, my dad was saying something. Dart. Okay.
Everybody's talking about LSU and Florida. New York Giants. Jackson Dart. Daddy's going to go take care of his son. That's my prediction. You heard it here first. I don't know why. I just decided that today. That's where he's going. So
I think we'll have a really good idea Saturday after the Egg Bowl. Apparently, there's going to be some kind of announcement.
Yeah, no, they're going to announce it.
Okay.
They're gonna make the announcement Saturday. So we'll see what it is. I think it's gonna be the Giants and go to the NFL Jackson Dart. That's my prediction. So I've got that out there official.
I like that. That's something different. It gets him back in the NFL. Well, maybe he belongs better. Maybe he fits better with the NFL players.
I don't know. He loves his son, Jackson Dart, though. So we'll see what happens.
All right. I think that about wraps up the college football for the weekend. Go ahead.
2 more things we talked about. USC, Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
USC sucks. Oklahoma's Dan Lanning's trying to act like USC is a good football team. Make some off-color comments about Chattanooga State. Yeah. You go ahead. How'd you feel about it?
Baby.
I'll give you a couple of stats after you're done.
All these teams play cupcakes, so I don't know where he's coming from. I'm sure I can pull their schedule up, and they played Eastern Illinois or something.
I got it right here. That's what I was going to go. I'll go ahead. Montana State, 59-13. Ever heard of them? Oklahoma State, 69-3. I know that's a team, but I mean, come on now. Northwestern 34-14. Oregon State 41-17. Rutgers, Minnesota. Y'all ain't played nobody. Shut your mouth. Good God.
Yeah, I don't. And he made
Sorry.
about like I went to Chat State. Like, come on, man, easy on the like. It's pretty unique out of all any school, anything. He picks little Chattanooga State. Like, how do you even think of that?
That's what I was like. Where did he even get that from? Like, there's not a Chattanooga in every state. There's one in Tennessee. That's it. Like, I don't know. Maybe his name might move to Tennessee. I don't know. Maybe Heupel's going to Penn State, Landon coming to Knoxville. We'll see what happens. I have no idea, but yeah.
Yeah, that was unique. I wouldn't have thought I would have heard something like
That's right.
that.
They're going to Washington Saturday. Go ahead and mark that down as an L wherever y'all need to. Put as much money as you want on it. Oregon loses at Washington.
Oh my god! All right, NFL. The Seahawks and the Titans. I didn't get this game here in Chattanooga. I don't know what's going on with how they show games, when, where, how. It's hard. I'll go real quick on it. It's hard as a fan. Like, I live here in Tennessee. I want to watch my Tennessee Titans, and they're going to give me the Packers and the Vikings. I think that's who was playing. So I didn't watch it. I watched some of the other one, but and the Falcons are on now. So when this ends, I'll see how that goes. The Titans have lost 3 games now. 6 points or less, I believe, is the stat on that. They've been trying. The effort's there. They fall too far behind. Like today, especially, they fell too far back to score the points back in the second half.
Yeah, Falcons are getting the win, by the way.
Okay, oh, good deal. All right, that's good to get them back on the winning path after a couple of 5 in a row they've lost. So
yeah.
That about covers that game. Tonight should be a good one. The Bucks at the Rams, 8:20 NBC. I love those NBC games. Good. They got good guys calling them, and seems to be a good atmosphere to watch. College basketball. West Georgia played at Georgia Tech. They keep playing these small teams that drive me crazy. Halftime was 34-33 West Georgia, and then at the end, Tech, I don't have the exact final score, but they were leading late, so I'm assuming they got the win. Finally gets to give us some games. Monday afternoon in Las Vegas is Rutgers versus Tennessee. Tuesday night is Tennessee versus Houston, which they're ranked number 1 in the nation. Houston is, so that'll be in Vegas in a tournament. So I like those games. They've got some coming up. They're playing Illinois. They're playing some different teams over the next couple of weeks that'll actually be worth watching. So I like that. Anything on that, Seth?
No, I mean, we'll see what Tennessee's got when we play Houston.
NBA got the Hawks at the Pelicans on Saturday night. The Hawks got the win 115-98. The Grizzlies at the Mavericks. That was also Saturday night, and the Grizz won 102-96. Hockey Saturday night, the Avalanche at the Preds. The Preds got the win 3-0. So that worked out good. And okay, so picks of the weekend. Colts at the Chiefs. The Chiefs were favored by 3. I picked the Chiefs to win by really it needed to be 3 or more than 3, but it was I guess they call it a push, is from my understanding. So that's a push. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that on my end.
Neither of us win. We both lose.
So
nobody wins.
That's tough.
Everybody gets their money back, though. That's the good news. Everybody gets their money back.
Tennessee at Florida. 4.5 was the line. Tennessee blew them out, so I got that one right.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you, for real.
So then I guess if that's the case, then I got that right. And then the flex, Georgia Tech did not cover, and Casper picked it to be overtime. So technically, if that one goes away, we both lost, then I guess I get the point. Is that how?
You get the win, yeah.
And I get the win.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it'd be 1-0.
Yeah, now it's 1-1. That's right.
Now it's 1-1. Okay. So next week's show, I may have to do do some picks through text on that. But with that being said, we're going to close it down. I'll say thanks everybody for watching these shows. Check us out on the Instagram, the YouTube, Spotify, however you want to find us. X Sport Talk with Dwat is usually what it is. And that being said, thanks for coming on again, Seth. And I believe we're just about out of time. So with that being said, we're going to say see you in the next one.
Hammer down.